my light or else it was going to die.
Clubhouse. In this episode, we're going to go over the basics, how to set up your profile, all the best practices, how to leverage it for your business, and everything else you need to know to get started on Clubhouse. This is Outside the Box, the podcast devoted to supporting Central PA small business. I am your host, Derek Bixler, realtor and digital marketer here in Central PA, born and raised, grew up on the Hill, went to Mechanicsburg High School, went to Penn College of Technology in Williamsport, and have been here ever since. You can find me at Agent Derek on Clubhouse. Please follow me, and we'll be in the room after the club after this episode. But we'll talk about that a little bit. You can see that I've got Billy and Krissy here with me. They are also moderators in the Clubhouse room that we're running for Central PA small business. It would help if I could talk today. I did the intro pretty good, all that rambling. And then I'm tripping it up. But they're with me. They're going to be help moderating all those rooms and setting all that stuff up and getting it going and helping everybody network and share their businesses there. So I asked them to join me in this little presentation to show everybody how to use Clubhouse and how to get started. Before we get into it, make sure to subscribe to our email list. Go to supportcentralpa.com and you can subscribe there. One email a week gives you the in-the-minute networking mixer invites, the episode announcements, and all the other stuff. Exclusive special offers. Those are the good things in the exclusive special offers. So head over to supportcentralpa.com to do that. And now we'll get into it. And I have a whole slide deck. But while I'm bringing up my slide deck, how about we start with, I'm backwards. Let's start with Billy over here. Tell us a little bit about yourself so everybody has a little bit of background about you.
Yeah. No, thank you, Derek, for having me on. My name is Billy Zerillo. I am in Central PA, closer to Lancaster, but I'm a financial services professional. I help people put plans together to help them become financially independent. So that's everybody wants a little bit of that. So, but like I said, I've, in the group, active member. I actually have a podcast too that you guys might see from time to time, The Millennial. So definitely check that out. We'll be going live tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So I know Derek loves that show because he likes to fight a fight against us millennials. But one of these days we're going to have you on the show, brother, and we're going to have that discussion.
We agree on a lot of things too. Actually, we were talking, Krissy and Greg and I, and talking about all three of us should come on, or Greg would be good because he's a little bit older, not calling him old, but he's a little bit older. So he would be an even more extreme, I think.
Yeah, I think it would be a great opportunity. So
totally. And Krissy now I can't get it right. Krissy, right here. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me a part of the show today, Derek. And always great to see you, Billy. My name is Krissy Kressler, and I'm also South Central PA, a little town near Shippensburg, if anybody's familiar. I am a mama of 6 kiddos, and they are all home today on a virtual snow day. Oh, yeah. I'm also a traditional business owner in Shippensburg. I own Glow Getter by Krissy, where we do spray tans and teeth whitening in Session Studios, and we are expanding that business right now. It's really exciting. If you're near Shippensburg, message me so you can come check it out. And I'm also a professional network marketer. I've been with a company called Connect for a little over 3 years, and I'm helping people with their most life essential bills. And I teach other people how to do it now too. And I'm at home doing it, which is amazing. And I love supporting local. So that's why I'm here.
That's awesome. And I love how we have, damn it. I swear. I'm trying not to ever, that's the first time I ever swore it. So I almost got it right. Billy, I like how Billy, we got him from Lancaster, and Krissy, you got her from way west in Shippensburg, and then me here closer to the river. So I love how we have a little bit more of a geographic area here with us. And just a little bit of background for everybody watching. Krissy and Billy are really involved with Central PA Supports Small Business, the group, and are in there a lot, very involved. So that's why I asked them to be a part of this. And they've been on Clubhouse a little bit and know a little bit about it, but we're all learning. So this is new to all of us. So anybody watching, we might know a little bit more of you right now, but you'll hear me mention a lot of times that this is the ground level. If you wanted to be in with Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or any of the social platforms right at the beginning when they were giving away organic growth and you could grow your accounts really fast and a lot more effectively rather than now when you try to jump in to do it, this is the time to do it on Clubhouse. So we will get into it. Let me see if I can share my screen, and it's going to make us all tiny. And Billy, I'm going to remove that so everybody can see Billy.
Hey, I'm in the club. No.
Here, I can just put the tree right over you. And I want my logo, so we'll put my logo back. All right, so Actually, I don't need it because the slides are going to be there. So, all right. So hopefully we're good here. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
So we got our little pretty face here. Hopefully everyone remembers I was in it. Everybody knows me. We'll skip that stuff. 101, what is it? So we're going to go over the basics and how to get on it, setting up your profile correctly, best practices and etiquette, ways you can leverage the platform and get more business, which is why we all want to be there for the most part. But I'll also go over that's not the only reason to be on there. So intro to Clubhouse, and feel free to interject anytime, you guys. So intro to Clubhouse, it launched in 2016. In December of 2017, it raised $10 million in a Series A round. And this is all, if you Google it, that's where I got this information, if you're wondering. I'm assuming it's correct because I looked at a few articles. But they raised $10 million in a Series A. And in a Series B, more recently, they're reported at a $1 billion valuation. So growing very rapidly. And I got a typo in there. But currently 6 million users, which is crazy. I heard everybody is still quoting today, 2 million users. And I just looked it up before we came on. So we're at 6 million users already, and it was at only 1 million in January 2020. It is audio only, and we'll go over a little bit about how it works, and I'll show you screenshots and stuff. And Krissy and Billy will share a little bit. It's audio only, it's invite only, and invite only, and it's only on Apple devices. So you need to be able to do all those three things to be able to interact with it. We're going to go to here. You choose your topics. So here you can see in my interest, when you join, you're going to pick any interests that you want. What interests do you guys pick? Kind of the same ones?
Yeah, I would say kind of the same ones. Yeah, just looking at yours, pretty much the same. I mean, there's a ton of stuff on there to choose from. It was overwhelming a little bit. And I'm sure as they get the platform even more integrated and more people are using it, like especially when it's just not Apple, I'm sure there's going to be so many more topics to even choose from. So.
Yeah, and you can't see all of them here in this screenshot of mine, but like Krissy and I were setting hers up yesterday. And what were we looking for, Krissy?
We needed to look for beauty. So for my spray tan and teeth whitening business. So we honed in on that. It is under there, which is awesome.
Yeah. So the important thing is to choose your topics. You got to choose your topics, and then whatever topics you choose, that's what kind of content you're going to see and what kind of people you're going to be fed to follow. So you choose topics, and you do your description, and then you enter rooms and listen to people speak. And we'll go over that in a little bit. So it's audio only. You can only hear people talk. You can talk, and nothing else really is going on in there. And it seems kind of weird when you hear about it, but you have to experience it. And there's no way to really, you're not supposed to record it or put it anywhere else. So we can't even show people. But so you do that if you can be a host of a room or join other people's rooms. So you could control a room and host it and control who comes in and who speaks or doesn't speak, or you can go into other people's rooms, and the same with clubs. So now we're going into setting up your profile. Did you both, I know I spent some time with Krissy yesterday setting up her profile. How did that go?
I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I didn't go into some of the bottom part of it, but I like it so far. I think your advice was right on.
Yeah, and it's super important. We'll talk about why the profile is important. Billy, did you spend time on it?
Yeah, so I've spent some time, and it was interesting because when I first joined, it was really nobody really knew about it quite yet, and a lot more people are getting to know about it. And so I set it up really quickly, and I was I didn't really think about it. And so then when you start following people and you start looking at other people's stuff, you're like, whoa, I need to beef this thing up, right? I need to because you can attach I don't know if you have it on here, but you can attach your Instagram page. I don't think you can attach your Facebook page yet, but you can definitely do the Instagram. You can attach your email, I believe, as well. And so started looking at that stuff, and I was like, man, I got to, put in emojis and stuff, and yeah, the whole nine.
Yeah, you start getting description envy, looking at everybody's things. And everybody is like a billionaire CEO from here and there. And it's not fake. These people are actually these people. Those are the people on this platform, which is why it's so great to be on there. So that's great. And I did the same thing. I kind of went on and then got description envy. And then so all three of us did the same thing. But you can see up here, my first thing is good profile picture. So when you're on there, as you can see in this screenshot, when you're in a room, this is pretty much all you see on there. You see people's heads. So as soon as you start speaking, somebody's going to click on your face First, you want your face to look good and to be consistent with all your other social media platforms and all that. And then they're going to click on your face and go to your description to vet you while you're speaking. So you're speaking. Meanwhile, everybody in the room is clicking on you and checking you out and looking at what you're all about. So super important to have a catchy profile picture. Sometimes people even change them. Some of the real estate rooms I go into, the main guy who's always the moderator, sometimes the other people will change theirs to his. So all the moderators and speakers will have the same profile picture, or they'll like put a mustache goggles on them and do that or something. So you can have some fun with profile pictures, but make sure you have something nice and that looks good at least, and maybe a bright background to make yourself stand out from the rest. I didn't do that, obviously, but you could. So good profile picture. Maximize the first 3 lines. You can see in mine, proud dad, realtor, 15 years, climber, podcaster, and central PA. Those are the first 3 lines that people are going to see before they click more, or if they're just scrolling through things and see your name. Typically, they're just going to see the first few lines. So you want the things that you definitely want everybody to know right off the bat about you. You got to put them in the first 3 lines. And I would highly suggest putting your location, like I did, central PA, in the first 3 lines, so everybody knows where you are also, because it's an national platform. People from all over on there. Where was I at? Maximize the first 3 lines. Use all the characters. Lots of characters on there. Use them all. I mean, if you can't think of anything, Billy, did you use them all or did you not? I guess you don't have to.
No, I didn't. And just seeing yours right now, I have envy again. I need to update some of that stuff as well. And so, but that's what you said at the beginning. It's crazy. You're always learning something about this platform that you could be doing a little bit better. You see somebody else do it, and then you're like, okay, I need to do that. Right. So yeah, I need to go back, and long story short, need to maximize some more characters.
But the beauty is you can change it anytime you need to, right? So that's exciting.
Yeah,
totally. Maybe that's not a good thing. Then we all think about it way too. I was just thinking I have too much, because I looked at somebody's recently and it was a little bit more minimal, and I was like, oh, that's kind of nice too. Maybe I should do that.
That is a good point. Yeah,
maybe
that's a good
just
point.
Gonna stop thinking about it.
Yeah, because like I'll look at some people and like, you know, like you said, maximizing the first 3 lines is really important. That's what's going to tell somebody about you, right? But then you see people, they'll have like a whole like Rolodex. Like I have to be like keep scrolling to see what's going on in their. You almost do too much, right?
Totally. And if you confuse people like me, there's too many things, and really only one of those things makes me money. So, or 2 of them do, I guess. But so yeah, that's Krissy. How are you trying to fill it up, or are you just kind of doing what you think would be?
I'm a busy mom. So if any busy moms are out there and you want to take advantage of Clubhouse, but you're like, I have not enough time, I just went basic. I didn't even go into any descriptions of the things. I just put I followed yours with the bullet points, the most important things first, right? And then I kind of stopped after the locations, but I put my website under there because I have a website, KrissyKressler.com, and it tells about me and my story and why I do what I do and all the different things that I do. So I'm kind of just guiding them there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of a trick here as we get to.
Oh, good.
Well,
I love learning from you, Derek.
You probably already know it's not any rocket science, but so use all your characters, or at least enough characters to make your point or tell people whatever they need to know. But be clear, show your accomplishments. Don't be shy. Don't you don't have to boast and be over braggadocious, but you definitely want to say whatever accolades, awards, accomplishments you have. I would definitely put them on there because it vets you to everybody while you're talking, while you're giving value or answering somebody's question. They want to see if you know what you're talking about and see who you are and make sure you're not a troll, yada, yada, which there are not many of on there. I will add that. So use emojis. Lots of people use emojis. Again, I like emojis. The MO so far has been to use emojis, but that simplistic one I saw didn't use many at all, and I really like that one. So I guess play it to your own tastes on that. Location prominent. Like I said, make sure everybody knows where you're from, especially if you're in some kind of business where you could get referrals national or internationally. But even if you're not, everybody wants to know where the person is from that's talking, so make it easy for people to know that. Include contact info. Put that right in there. I just have my phone number and email and stuff right in there. If you're not comfortable with it, you could put it somewhere else, but at least have something in there. Even if it's some garbage email that you only check every once in a while, put something in there so it's easy for people to hit you up. And optimize your Twitter or Instagram. Do you guys have Twitter?
No, I don't have Twitter. I haven't used Twitter in a long time, but I do have my Instagram on there. And one thing I wanted to bring up about that is I love the fact that you can hit on somebody's Instagram and it doesn't take you out of the platform. You can still listen to what's going on in the room, right? Because when first time I hit that, I was like, oh no, it's going to take me away from the room, and then I could still hear everybody. So that was kind of a cool feature, I guess.
Yeah, and you can click back over to it easily. That's a good point, actually. You can, if you close the app or turn off your phone or turn the screen off or anything, the audio still comes through. You can still hear the speakers and speak if you're a speaker. So that's a great point. So I guess I put that on there, optimize your Instagram. So as you can see here, the only other thing on here for people to see about you, you can't share posts or pictures or videos or talk about your life or post stories yet or any of that stuff. So everybody, while you're talking, they're going to click on your head, then they're going to click on your description, then they're going to scroll down your description, and they're going to click on either your Instagram or your Twitter account, which are the only two you can link so far, like Billy said. LinkedIn is coming soon, very soon, I think. Some people are already beta testing it, and you're going to be able to do some integrations there. But for now, Instagram and Twitter. So you want to make sure, most of us have Instagram, so beef up your Instagram, make sure it looks the bomb, because that's exactly where people are going to look for you. You'll even, while you're talking, as soon as somebody chimes in, they'll be like, oh, I see on your Instagram you were hiking yesterday, or I like that post, that TikTok you did, or that reel or whatever. So make sure you look good on there, and the profile picture and everything is consistent. If you don't have Instagram at all, at least create it and make it look nice. You don't have to post there and be crazy, but at least you got to be there because it's going to be linked up.
Yeah, and one thing to that, like I just want to say, definitely if you have an Instagram, do it. And like you said, beef it up, because every time I go into a room and I actually get to go on stage and speak, people are looking at you. Like you said, it's just like it's happening without you even noticing. And all of a sudden I'll get a bunch of notifications of likes and comments on my picture. So it's a good way to drive engagement on your Instagram too.
Oh, totally. And you'll get followers. Go ahead, Krissy.
Yeah.
I agree with that completely. I mean, I know, once again, busy moms out there, you don't have a lot of time to be on Instagram. Some people aren't. Some people are social, but I'm at the age where it's like, I do enough to be dangerous. And so I still every morning make it a point to do something on Instagram so that people can see what my life is or what's going on.
Yeah, and that's great. And that's what they want to see. And they want to see realness and make sure a real person and not some crazy person trying to come up and troll. And I get more, I'm building more followers via Clubhouse than I ever got from just trying to get followers on Instagram. So it really is, the second you go up and talk in a room and say something of value or something that one of those people connect with, and some of these rooms have hundreds or thousands of people. The second you go up there, you're getting a couple follows. The second you say something nice or valuable or whatever, now you're getting more followers, and people message you. People message me every day saying, I like that thing you said. Could you help me with this? Or even helping me. Sometimes we get vulnerable on there and there are gratitude groups, and we're saying, oh, I'm having a tough time being grateful right now because of this or whatever. People will message you, and there's an outpouring and super supportive. So I don't know how I got on that tangent, but make sure your Instagram is up to par. And you can take a look at that. These obviously, when you get in there, you'll be able to see this. And that's not my whole profile, but that's the top. On the left, you'll see the top of my profile. And in the middle, you see the bottom of my profile. And then the interest things is just some of the interests that it shows when you open it up to pick your interests. Best practices: follow the right people. The people that you follow, that's going to determine the rooms that you see and the rooms that you can access. So don't follow jabronis or people that are outside of your business or people that you don't care about. The follow for follow thing isn't the greatest thing here. Maybe you would do it to get them, but not necessarily a good idea just to follow everybody that follows you. If it makes sense, do it. But if you don't want to, then don't, because that's going to dictate what you see. Join the right clubs. Same thing there. Don't join clubs that you're not interested in. I'm not going to join the Lipstick Club of America, or what's your group, Krissy? You're going to start a club,
with
right?
Spray tans? Is that what you're going to say?
No, like mamas, working
Yeah,
mamas.
you look good in a spray tan, my man.
Yeah, mama's groups. You're not joining mama's groups. Oh my God.
Yeah, so don't
dare
join the mamas groups, because then you're going to see all these mama group notifications.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Said when you get called up to stage. So I'll give you a little. So here's what it looks like. So in this example, I was in the Mortgage Syndicates. That's the club with the little greenhouse up there, real estate, coffee cafe, investing. So this is a real estate room. People are sipping coffee while they're doing it, assuming that, and they're talking about real estate investing. And this particular room has been going on for a couple days straight, I think, never ending. It seems to have never ended. People stay up all night, or they pass the torch to people in Australia that are up at a different time or whatever. So tangent. So this room, you can see here, all the green people with a green star are the moderators. They can control who can come up on stage. They can send people down. They can send people out, and they can speak at any time they want to. Then in the middle, you can see after you get past all the speakers and the moderators, actually at the top of the middle one, you can see somebody there without a moderator badge. That means they've been brought up to stage and they can unmic and speak at any time. However, they're not a moderator. So before I go any further, I think, so that's what I was getting at. Mute your mic when you go up on stage. So if you raise your hand, you can raise your hand to be called up. And then when they say, yes, bring that person up, you gotta, your mic is hot when you go up. So you immediately need to mic it. That's best practice. So they don't get background noise or noise from what you're doing in whatever they're doing, because people are probably already talking about something. Go.
There's a good I learned this the other day, and when I was on stage and I said something, and a bunch of people were agreeing with me, right? And you'll see people like tap their mic like a bunch of times, or go in and out, in and out, in and out, and that's them like clapping. Like, I don't know if you noticed that, but so if you hear somebody say something really good and you're on stage, right, you can do that to kind of, agree with whoever the speaker is.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I forgot about that. That's part of the etiquette. Oh, man.
Yep.
I'll add it to the slide deck before I put it out for everybody. But yeah, that's the etiquette. You clap by flashing your mic, just tapping it on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. So you'll see that a lot and you'll be like, what is happening here? That's what they're doing. Mute your mic, send yourself back down to the audience. So etiquette is, if you're called up to talk, especially if it's a huge room, like there's some of these like pitch your business to a billionaire room, and sometimes people are waiting a couple hours to get up there, yada, yada. The etiquette is, once you talk, once you do your pitch or whatever the room is about, you click on your head and you send yourself back down to the audience, so they don't have to be the bad guy and send you back down or whatever. If it's a smaller room, you might be able to stay up there and continue to chime in on conversations and be part of the conversation. Maybe even be made a moderator if you're given a lot of value and the people like you. Respect the moderators or leave. So if you go into a room and you don't like what's going on, just leave. There's no point in yelling at anybody or doing any of that. I haven't even seen any of that yet. So most of the rooms are pretty clean. Just respect the moderators. And if you don't like the topic or the conversation in a room, just get out of there and go to something you like. There's tons of rooms to pick from. Add massive value. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's mostly value bombs. You go on there to either learn something or give something. Billy, what rooms have you gone on when you've been on there mostly?
So the very first room I went into was like a mindset room. And it was like one of the rooms that you were talking about. It's like 2,000 people. There's like 25 people on stage. And those are the types of rooms that when I go into there, I'm not necessarily trying to get on stage. I'm just trying to, like you said, get some value. And one of the guys, he said, listen, if you really want to grow your engagement, if you really want to, grow in Clubhouse, what you need to do is you can hit the little search button, when you go, because it'll only show you a couple of rooms from what I remember. And then you can hit a search button. You can scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can get into rooms that are less people. And so that's where I feel like I get the most value from, is those smaller, like 10, 15, that size of room. And, for me, I've gotten a ton of value out of it. Just listening, being able to listen to people that you probably would have never had the opportunity to listen to from all different parts of the country. Like I got to listen to a room that had Grant Cardone in it. Like, even though like
I asked him a question directly. I waited a couple hours to do it, but I did.
But even though, yeah, but
gonna ask him for his electric bills, all 600.
You should.
I need to find that room.
But like listening to just get the opportunity to listen to him speak and like not have to be like in a convention space, right? And be around a bunch of people. Like you can just listen to him answer real life questions right off the bat. It's is pretty cool. So
yeah, I mean, Elon Musk was on there. It almost blew up the internet. He came on there, and a room can only have 5,000 people, and I'm sure people were waiting with the button to click it. It was a big, huge thing.
Crazy.
And now he's
Crazy.
supposed to be. I saw a room about Elon Musk and Kanye West coming on. So I don't know if it's the same room or Kanye's different room or what's happening.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Oh my God, that's going to be an interesting room.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah, if it's the same room for sure. So add massive value, pay it forward. When you get on there, you'll see everybody's super gracious and really, really kind and nice, and it really is a safe space. I haven't seen any bad or ill will things going on because everybody's vetted. People are inviting people with their name. Your name oh yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah. So on your profile, you have to be invited right now. And the whole invitation and only being on Apple thing is only a server or their infrastructure thing. It isn't some kind of exclusive thing. They just can't open it up to everybody that wants to get on there because all their stuff will crash. So that's why it's invite only. Somebody has to invite you that's already on there. And you have to have an Apple device. So what was I getting at? At the bottom of your profile, you can see there Grant Herbert from over at Next Home Capital Realty, a realtor friend of mine, also the broker over there. He's the one that invited me. Actually, Angie Shaw also did, but when I went in there to claim my thing, it put me under Grant. So forever, it will tell everybody that Grant is the one that nominated me to come in. So that brings up a point to also don't nominate or send invitations to jabronis or people that you think might cause trouble because people are going to know who sent them there. So it really is really vetted, and it's been really, really great, positive all the way around. You guys?
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, like every room I've been in, I haven't dealt with any kind of jabronis or anybody like that. Everybody's been pretty open. And like, that's why I said I love those smaller groups too, because, you have a point there that says be vulnerable. There are some groups in there that you can like get really vulnerable and like people will help you. And I like to think I have a pretty good mindset when it comes to things, but every once in a while you have a bad day. And yesterday was a bad day for me. And I actually found a Clubhouse group, went into the group, said my piece, and all these people just kind of loved on me. And it was just, complete strangers. Right. And so it definitely helped set up the rest of the day for success. But it's kind of cool that those types of groups and those types of things, exist in this app.
Yeah. And Krissy, I know you're a big talker, and that's not the right way to phrase it. That's right, but you're very personable and outgoing. That's the way to say it.
You're extroverted. So you're very extroverted.
So I love that you're getting involved, and you're going to love this platform and helping people. You're just like, that's all you think about is helping people. So I can't wait to see you dive into the small rooms like Billy was talking about, because the small rooms that's where the business actually happens, at least for us little people. The big rooms you go to learn from. Maybe you try to get up on stage because if you speak, that automatically gets you some followers and maybe connects you with somebody down in the audience. But if you go into the smaller rooms, that's when you might not have to wait 2 hours to get up on stage to speak. You might be able to stay up there and interject during the other people speaking. You might be able to add value and then become the moderator. Those are the rooms that I actually get, I schedule discovery calls with people, or I add value when someone says, hey, I love that Facebook ad idea that you had. I'm going to DM you. There's a tip. DM. When people say DM me, you have to DM them on Instagram. There is no messaging on Clubhouse. So at first I'm like, what? How do you do that? And so you have to click over to their Instagram and message them there. Another reason to make sure your Instagram is good and you're doing that. Okay, be vulnerable. Yeah, share, and people will outpouring of help for you if you need it. Make it easy for people.
Can I just say something really quick, Derek, about that? So totally. I want to speak to anybody out there who is just starting to get a feel for Clubhouse, and this seems overwhelming, right? Like, it's a lot of information. If you're crazy busy like I am, you're kind of like, whoa, it's something new. Do I really want to step into this realm? I'm telling you, it's important to step into this realm. Why? Because what Derek just said is you have a place now that's completely different than any other platform. This place is going to allow you, like Billy did yesterday, to really open up and do what we need to do as business owners. Sometimes we need to let go. Sometimes we need certain advice. Sometimes we need to learn something new that day or help somebody else, right? And so I think Clubhouse is worth your time. So like myself, I mean, Derek said to me, like, Krissy, you need to get involved in this. I really can see you helping people and benefiting from this. Take the time to really know what Clubhouse is all about and join us when we're on there, right? Really soon. to start becoming a part of it, to understand it.
Totally, because we're new too, and we're formulating this. So you can come in there and it's a safe space. And even when you're in other rooms, that's something I didn't put in here. Forgot about that. There's this little party popper. Everybody calls it a party hat, but it's actually a party popper. The party popper emoji is right there, kind of like on your profile picture when you're new. So for the first 7 days, it's telling everybody that you're new, and people will be super nice to you. They'll invite you up on stage over other people. People will give you follows and likes and all that kind of stuff if you're new. So really take advantage of it when you first sign up. Don't just let your account sit there. Go out and speak and kind of interact with people while you have that party popper, not party hat, all you party hat people. And it's a good place for practice speaking. Like Krissy's a fantastic speaker. Billy's a pretty good speaker. And there's all kinds of people on there that are already good at speaking, but there are also a lot of people on there that are using it as a platform to get better at speaking and build connections. We're all craving connections. And like Billy said, being vulnerable and all that stuff, there are real connections. Like I know these people now. After a couple of weeks on here, I know these people, and they're in California, they're in Canada, they're all over the world, and they're my friends now for real. So it really is crazy. And those of us on it keep geeking out about it too much to people that aren't on it. So you just got to try it. So best practices, we got to speed it up a little bit. Stay on topic like I should. If they call you up to talk about something and they have a certain topic in a certain time, like you got 30 seconds to give your pitch, do your pitch in 30 seconds. Don't be long-winded and make moderators mad. Stay within the time. Start your own rooms and use your invitations carefully. I talked about that a little bit. And starting your own rooms, and you're scheduled and unscheduled. So if you want to start a club, the rule right now, they say, is you have to hold a scheduled room at least 3 weeks in a row before you can even apply for a club. So if you want to start your own club, which I would highly recommend getting on the ground floor right now, there's no, all the big keywords that people want to start clubs for aren't done. I was looking up, is there a divorced dad club? There isn't. Is there any Google or SEO or Google My Business club? There isn't. Those are the two ideas I just gave to somebody. But just go on there and find something that you're interested in that you can start. And then now you're the first club on Clubhouse ever. It's like starting the first Facebook group ever. And you're going to be the one. So it's huge. And you can not only go to other people's rooms, you can start your own and build a presence. We're going to start building a presence here in Central PA and hopefully have a lot to do with Clubhouse's presence here. So yeah, sometimes you have to wait a while. Oh, in the big rooms. Yeah. I mentioned that sometimes if it's a big, huge room and you want to pitch or you want to talk to Grant Cardone or Mark Cuban or all the sharks, I've seen most of the sharks on there, all kinds of other millionaires and billionaires you never heard of. But once you click on them and look at them, you're like, oh, he's former owner of this and that. Ty Lopez is on there all the time. I happen to like Ty Lopez. Some people don't, but I happen to. All kinds of people. And every time somebody comes on that's new, because it's still new, there will be a room that says, welcome Kanye West. And that'll be the room he just joined. And one of his friends clicked welcome, and it automatically starts a welcome room. And then people come in to talk, which was what the Elon Musk was.
Oh, wow.
So, best practices. Yeah, I just learned that today, actually. So if you invited somebody, or maybe you don't have to invite them, but if somebody's new, you'll get a ping that says that person's new, welcome them. If you click that welcome them, it automatically starts one of those welcome Greg Drake, because Greg joined this morning. I made him join, and it started a room, and I was like, oh no, which was fine. He wasn't in there. It didn't do anything, but
that's really funny.
Have you guys started any rooms?
No, so like it's weird. I don't know how you guys feel. I'm sure we'll get into it, and but like I'm used to doing like Facebook Lives. Like you said, I can get in front of anybody. I can talk to anybody. But like the first time you get on stage, right, on stage, it's a little nerve wracking, right? Because it's all audio. You can't see anybody's face. Like I'm very visual. Like when you're talking to somebody, you want to see their facial expressions. And so it's like you're talking and it's quiet, right? And so like I've gotten over that hurdle now. And I think definitely the next hurdle is starting my own room of some kind, and then leading into some kind of, like you said, like my own club, right? Whatever that might be in the future. But it's definitely a little nerve wracking getting up on stage, even if you are a seasoned speaker.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, we do this, just like you said, we do this every week, all the time, no problem. The first time I spoke, I didn't even speak before my party popper went away. So that tells you how hard it was for me to speak. And then when I did speak, it was one of those big rooms where I waited like 3 hours and I was sitting there staring at my phone, waiting to get up there. Finally got up there and I just kind of like blurted out what I had been saving up to say, which didn't even apply to what they were talking about anymore. And the moderator was just like, "Oh, appreciate you, Derek. All right, Tom, what do you got?" And I was like, "Oh, that was terrible." So don't be afraid to start. It sucks sometimes, whatever.
Yeah.
Funny.
I mean, that's crazy that you did it. Like your first room was a major room. Like the first room I did it on was like, I think there was like 6 people in the room. And it was just like, and when you go into the big rooms, you're just going to be in the crowd for the most part, unless you raise your hand. But in the smaller rooms, sometimes they ask you to come on stage, right? Because they want people to be on stage. They want people to bring value to that room. And so they're like, "Oh, somebody joined. Let's bring them up and see what they have to say." So that's why the small rooms are so like important right now, because that's where you're going to really grow your presence on this thing.
And I didn't put that in here either. You can ping people. So if you're in a room, you'll hear people, "All right, everybody ping people." So you can invite people to the room you're in. You can go while you're in a room, say invite people, and then you can scroll through all your people and just start pinging people. Ping meaning send them a notification to come to my room. And then I get a notification that says join room or ignore. And then I can click to join room. So in a lot of rooms, you'll hear, "All right, let's reset the room. Let's do a ping-a-thon. Get all your friends in here to hear this valuable information. Everybody over there, blah, blah, blah." And ping, ping, ping. And then you'll see all these people flood into the room. So you can pull people in, and pull people up to the stage, like Billy said.
Yeah,
So,
it's almost like the old Facebook poke. Remember that back in the day?
Totally. That's why you'll start getting pinged a lot once you get on there for a while. So then you have to start unfollowing people or unfollowing clubs, because you realize I followed that person, but I don't really want to see what they're doing, or I don't want to be pinged by them or whatever. So, and also use your pings sparingly. Don't annoy other people. If the room doesn't apply to them, don't just ping everybody because you're pinging people.
Yep.
Ways to leverage it, which is what everybody cares about, I guess, ultimately. So you can start national rooms and clubs with select keywords. So like I mentioned, now is the time to start staking your claim on like the real estate rooms that I go into. Those 2 clubs that have started and are the big real estate rooms, those people that own those and started those, they're going to own those, and they're going to be the biggest clubs from now until the end of Clubhouse, probably, because they got in on the ground floor. Same thing with what we're doing with Central PA Support Small Business and Central PA Keywords. We're going to start a club on there. You could start local real estate kind of things, and also national rooms, obviously the real estate one, or maybe coaching and consulting or any kind of stuff, and international. I didn't put international on there, but like I said, tons of people, Aussies. I've heard people from all over.
Yeah.
Local rooms, select keywords. So stake your claim on some stuff, basically. Stake your claim on rooms that are going to blow up soon. And I will also point out right now, it's really, really professional. Lots of professionals, lots of networking, heavy into that part of it. But once they open it up to Android, open it up, no more invitations, and it's just wide, and they start opening up different features and things, the consumers and the masses are going to rush to this thing, and it's going to be more of a local consumer play. So right now it's a little bit more of a broader national play, but really soon when it starts opening up, it's going to be more local, and now's the time to start getting in on it. Pitch rooms, you can go to pitch rooms. So like I said, these billionaire rooms, there might be a room that says, come pitch your idea, your business idea, or your investment idea to these billionaires. And people get real deals, millions of dollars being handed back and forth in these rooms. It's nuts. Networking and referral rooms. So some of the real estate rooms that I go into, they're just for networking and referrals. So you raise your hand, you go up, and you say, "Hey, I'm Derek Bixler. I'm from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Central PA. Harrisburg is like number 7 on the hottest markets for 2021 per realtor.com. If anybody has anybody that's moving to the area or wants to buy or sell, send them my way, yada, yada." And then that's it. And then you send yourself back down, and you'll get messages, and you'll get people, and you'll talk to people that way. So it's not even going there and spamming people with your pitch. There are actual rooms set up to get referrals from other areas. So it's also the time to stake your claim as that real estate agent or that insurance agent or financial planner to get referrals in Central PA. So that's a really, really powerful way. Position yourself as a thought leader. Obviously, if you're teaching people, That's how I'm getting business a lot on there, the digital marketing business. I go in a real estate room. I tell them what I'm doing with my podcast or with my Facebook ads or whatever the case may be. I answer somebody's question. I then DM them. I send them a PDF of something. I really, really give value and build yourself as the thought leader. And then other people will make you moderator of rooms. They will friend you and follow your stuff. You'll be invited to other things. So you can really, really position yourself as a thought leader. Learn new skills and ask questions directly to experts. Like I said, Billy, you were in there with Grant Cardone and some heavy hitters. Krissy, I'm sure, is going to start finding whoever the heavy hitters are in the industries that she follows. Who would that be anyway? Beauty. Who would that? Kardashians or something?
No, not per se. I have some that I follow on Instagram, and Kelly McCallahan is one of them. She's huge in the spray tan industry. And so I'm sure she's on there because she's on TikTok now. Well, she just had a baby too. So, maybe she's a little busy. But I just wanted to say something that I think that's really huge. You made a good point, Billy, how we're used to this interaction. Some people are scared of that. I mean, I train people in my teams and they're scared of this coming on live Facebook and doing this type of stuff where we're not, right? We love to help people like this. So Clubhouse is going to be a great way for people to just have that voice interaction and maybe start to feel a little bit more comfortable about who they are and how they're pitching themselves and learning those types of skill sets. So I think it's another great way to just grow.
Yeah. And people that like the phone, like I just detest the phone. I would rather meet in person or text or anything but the first, whatever reason. I hate the phone. If you like the phone, you're going to love Clubhouse. It's the phone, but everybody can talk to each other. It's really is. And there's tons of people like these billionaires and millionaires. These people are not on Facebook. They're not on Instagram and like TikTok and doing all that stuff. Even on Clubhouse, you look at that billionaire's profile. He's got like 5 followers because he doesn't give a crap, but he's on there and he's still doing it. So,
well, it's funny because you were saying like, you have all these billionaires and stuff like that. And it was funny because I follow a lot of people on Instagram. Gary Vee is obviously one of them that I follow just because I like his positivity and stuff like that. But he talked about 2 years ago, like audio was the next wave, like it was the next wave of things to come. And so, I mean, he's right on, right? This is all audio all the time. And I mean, like I said, it was a little weird at first just because you're not seeing people's faces. But it's like anything, the more times you do it, the better you're going to get at it. So just get on there, right? And even if you don't have an iPhone, I'm sure Android is on its way. They're going to open it up, like you said. They just can't do it right now. I think I saw. I was doing some research too. I think they have like 10 employees that work at Clubhouse. So
Really?
Obviously they can't handle that much quite yet. So they got to beef up everything that they're doing, servers and all that stuff. I'm assuming so.
You use all that money they just raised to hire somebody or get acquired by LinkedIn. So yeah, I'll go over my last point here. That's a good point. LinkedIn is going to integrate soon. So down where you saw where the Instagram and Twitter links are, you'll notice that I purposely don't have a Twitter. I do have a Twitter, but I want people to go to my Instagram, so I don't have it there. But LinkedIn will also be down there, and you're going to be able to do live LinkedIn events. You can do virtual events on LinkedIn right now. You're going to be able to plug in Clubhouse to that to have also live chat in Clubhouse while you're doing a LinkedIn live event. So super, super powerful there, especially for all us people that are in the B2B or just in the business world. So those are the ways you can leverage it. It's still early. Stake your claim. That's the point here. If you ever wanted to get in earlier, you said, man, I wish I did Facebook when you posted and people saw it or whatever. Now is the time to stake your claim on the special keywords and make yourself known in there and build followers, yada, yada, yada. Also, if you got good at it, there's also business in teaching people how to do it or being a professional moderator. That's even a job now. So it's even creating jobs that you could get off of Clubhouse. And see it. So I'm going to stop sharing so we can go out here. Anything else you guys want to add before we go out?
No, I mean, we've said a couple of times now, if you're not on there, get on there, right? It's worth your time. For me, like I will set a time, like that I'm actually going to be active and talking to people. Middle of the day, I feel like there's a lot of people on in the middle of the day, like that 1 to 3 o'clock range. It's like that dead time. Maybe you're doing some paperwork for your office or whatever it is. It's a great time to get on. There's a lot of people on there and a lot of good groups. And so like Derek says, get on there. Don't let this pass you by. Don't be that person that says, "Oh, I wish I would have been there," right? And because there's so much opportunity for this.
Absolutely. Get out of your comfort zone and just do it, right?
And there's business now. Go, keep going. I thought you were going to stop.
Yeah, no, it's time, when something new comes out like this, you can't be afraid. You have to take the time and make the most of it. If you're afraid and you let all of that fear of the unknown keep you held back, where are you going to go? And this is just a platform that we all, as small business owners, have an advantage to learn and meet new people. I'm excited.
Yeah, super cool. And if you listen to podcasts, this has replaced it. I bet the podcast market listenership has gone down tremendously, because the time that I used to have something in my head learning or whatever with a podcast is now mostly Clubhouse playing in my head, just listening to the conversations and whatever and learning kind of in the background. So you don't even have to, it could just be in the background, like you said. Forget music. Music's a waste of time.
I wonder if
Go.
I wonder if people are going to start doing their podcasts on Clubhouse, like have a group, have an open room, and then record. Obviously they'll probably still record it, but do it live. I think that's going to be a cool avenue too.
Next week. Yeah, I've been in a couple rooms where they did that. It's somewhat boring for the audience, unless it was like a big, huge one, I guess. But the ones I was invited to was just like some dude that invited me to his, and it was me and him, and I was like, yeah, that's cool though. Let's see the comments here before we go out. Susan Ewing, hopefully I'm saying that right. Probably the same as Patrick, I'm assuming. Hi, Billy. Do you know Susan, Billy?
Yeah.
Yeah. And LinkedIn, I'm getting a lot more engagement on LinkedIn Live. So I encourage everybody that's watching right now, if you're on LinkedIn or elsewhere, get on LinkedIn Live if you can. A lot more engagement there than elsewhere. Crystal Groves, I just wish they'd put it on Android version soon. It's coming. Or you can find an old tiny iPhone 5 like I have to get on it. I hate that thing. It's so tiny.
A couple of them around.
Yeah, I posted in the group too, and somebody had one for sale. So if you need an iPhone, post out, you can get one. Or you could use an iPad too, I think, if you had an Android phone but had an iPad. Thanks so much for this info. You're welcome, Facebook user. And are they going to open it up to Android? Yeah, they are soon, hopefully. So let me pull up my banners and take us out real quick. If you're watching us not in the Facebook group, please join our Facebook group, Central PA Supports Small Business, over on Facebook. Click join and fill out. Please answer the questions or I will decline you. If you're interested in a business spotlight package, which consists of Greg coming to your business, showing behind the scenes, maybe trying the business like he did at the Ninja Warrior gym with the Warped Wall, and then you get an interview kind of like you see here with me, and then networking mixer at your business to actually get people at your business to see it and hopefully try it out. If you're interested in one of those, you can fill out an application at supportcentralpa.com. You can also get access to our special offers and join our email list at supportcentralpa.com. Remember to support small business here in Central PA and anywhere you're going this year in 2021, even though I forgot a space in that. And thanks everybody for watching. Oh, and join us at Clubhouse after this. Every Thursday, 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, we're going to be on Clubhouse for Central PA small businesses to network. Right now, it's just kind of a room where we can go and talk to each other and learn about each other and share our businesses with each other. Over time, it will evolve to some more formatted things and some more rooms. But if you want to get involved, especially like I said, at this early stage, hit us up at 1 o'clock. Krissy, I thought I was going to end it out good. Krissy and Billy will be there with me. I think, Billy, one of you said you had a meeting. So maybe one of you won't be there, but I'll definitely be there, and they'll be there with me usually. So join us there, and we'll see y'all later. Say bye, guys.
Awesome. See you guys. Have a beautiful day.
See everybody.